Alright, check this out. Ladies and gentlemen, the C6 is finally painted. It looks really good. It looks really nice and clean. Just picked it up from the paint shop. It looks nice and glossy. I don't know if you guys could tell, and it's really difficult to tell, but this is not just the ordinary black. It's like a black pearl dash metallic color. I don't know if I could capture that. It's really difficult. And the point is, you could see it in the sun right there. You see, guys? This is what it looks like in the sun. A really cool color. Yeah, so it just recently got painted. It looks really cool. And the issue that I'm having with it right now is that I believe I have a bad torque tube bushing. So I'm gonna lift the car up, lift both sides up, put on the jack stands, and crawl underneath, probably drop the rear cradle down, transmission, and inspect those. The torque tube is located in between the transmission and the engine, and it seems like I have a little bit of jerk to it, so I'm gonna have to take care of that. So let's get into it. Tim is pulling the exhaust off. I'm gonna pull the suspension off this side. Basically, pull the shock off, pull upper control arm, just unbolt these two bolts, and just disconnect the wiring right here, ground over here, and that should be all as much as I could see. Oh, and brake line probably. I'll have to disconnect that right there. Alright, so here's what we got. We got upper control arm removed, shock removed, this thing removed as well, also wires, e-brake disconnected. As far as caliper, I removed the whole caliper, removed the little bolt right there, 10mm bolt right there, so it's all loose. I don't have to disconnect any of the brake lines. And Tim's still working on the exhaust right there, trying to get that thing off. But pretty much this thing is all done. As far as this side, I'm gonna crawl underneath and check, make sure the cable is disconnected everywhere, not just this side, and move on to the other side. Alright, so here's what we got. Did you guys know that the Chevy actually packs a tray, McDonald's tray underneath the exhaust? I didn't know that, but I do know now. Anyways, here's what we got. So I'm trying to capture. There's an e-brake cable that needs to be loosened up. I mean, just needs to be disconnected right there. It also needs to be disconnected right there. And it looks like I will have to disconnect the brake line because it's connected right there on top of a cradle. And then I think I'm just gonna move to this side and disconnect this upper control arm and all that. While that Tim is gonna work on the, you guys see right there the cover right there, there's like 100 bolts right there, 10mm. He's gonna remove that to get access to the torque tube. So I got that disconnected right there. It's all good now. You can see a little bit of fluid is actually dripping. I got the pen underneath to make sure I don't spill it. But one thing to remember is whenever I'm going to be assembling everything back, I gotta make sure I check my brakes. I gotta make sure I bleed my brakes, because if I try to drive out or something, I will screw it up big time. I will mess it up. I will probably crash into some car without having brakes. So just one thing to remember. so we're actually probably gonna call it a day. Here's the last thing we've done is remove. Where's the shifter? Timmy, where's the shifter? So here's the shifter. We remove this sucker. The way you remove it is probably by taking this bezel off around it, the plastic piece that goes around it. There's two 7mm bolts that you got on bolt. Drop those screws, not bolts, screws. Pull those out. Pull the piece that goes right there, and then pull the whole thing out. And what's holding the shifter is four of these, four 10mm bolts. There we go. The camera doesn't want to focus, but you guys get the point. So we're gonna call it a day because it's kind of getting dark already, and we don't want to miss any details. We'll pick up some other day. It's another day. We're working on a Corvette C6, and here's the status update. As you guys can see, the cradle, the transmission, and the torque tube is out. How we got to this point? We shot the footage that got deleted because my phone got destroyed. So sorry guys, but let me show you what we got here. So this is what the torque tube looks like when it's out, not underneath the car. And as you guys can see, it's already gutted out. Don't have the footage to show it how I disassemble it, but I'll show how I will put it back together. Yeah, the footage got deleted. But this is our cats, this is the plate, wheels, exhaust, and this is our problem. So, as you guys can see, this is a good coupler. I mean, the bearing's fine here, the coupler is good. You guys see some wearing over here. You see this? This all came from this thing. This was supposed to be a coupler. Well, coupler no more. Let's say that. This thing is destroyed. I mean, it got so bad to the point where this bolt was hitting this thing here and here. It was just so destroyed, and all of this came from the fibers and the rubber that was in the boot itself. I wish I could show you guys, but I don't have the footage of a previous one. Sucks they got deleted. But yeah, basically the coupler got torn apart. This Corvette makes so much power on the new engine built by me. They just tore up the coupler, I guess. I'm not sure, but yeah, the coupler went away. So I got a new coupler from AutoZone. Dealer didn't have it in stock, and I had to wait like 5 days for one of those. So I got one from AutoZone, and it was a lot cheaper. It seems to be a good quality. Let me show you guys. So this is our new coupler that I got from AutoZone. Pretty much the same thing. Some guys put a solid one, some guys put like a heavier duty type of thing. I think this one will do just fine. Got new bolts, nuts and washers and stuff, so it should do just fine. This one's not cracked, so I'm not gonna replace it. I don't see a point of replacing this one yet, especially considering the fact that these things are over $100. So I'm just gonna change this one, assemble everything back together, change all the fluids while I'm down here, and put everything back together. Alright, so this thing is all assembled. Put some new Loctite. So it's good to go. The other side is good as well. I cleaned it up a little. So I'm ready to assemble. Let's get on. mufflers all assembled. That's how it actually goes. It's all good and solid here, no play at all. That's perfect. That's what we want. It had a lot of play before. So yeah, this thing's ready for installation. Let's get on it. Alright, so this thing is all connected right here. Timmy's tightened a few bolts. It's pretty much all connected to the very back as a main frame. Right now we gotta connect the lines. We gotta connect the e-brake cable or shifter cable on top and the wire harness, and that should do it. So we got it all connected. There's a bolt right there. I mean the nut right there and nut right there. They're all aligned. So pretty much we gotta connect the brake lines right now, the electric wire harnesses and stuff right here. The ground goes right there. The shade you can't see. The issue we were having was this cable. Whenever we were pulling on it, it kind of got stuck and it kind of ripped. Let me show you where it is. Right here. So good thing dealer had it for 50 bucks, not cheap, but good thing they had it in stock, so I just ran really quickly, got it, replaced it. That's the shifter cable, by the way. So yeah, as of right now, Timmy's gonna be putting the plate back on. I'm gonna be doing this brakes and suspension, pretty much, and we actually want to start it without exhaust and see how it's gonna sound, how rowdy it's gonna sound. Should be cool. Let's give it a try. Come on. Woo! Come on, give it a good rev. Give it a good rev. Yeah, pretty rowdy. Okay, you can shut it off.
That is loud.
Hellcat, you got a competition now. This thing's kind of louder than you. By the way, guys, check out this color. Let me try to get it for you. Like, check out this color. Man, it's hard to see it over here. Right there on the sun. You guys see it? The car is really dirty, but you guys can see. It's like, I would say it's like a carbon flash on my new C7 Corvette. It's pretty much the same color, carbon flash. It's dark. It's black when it's in the shade. Like you see in the shade, it's black. But when you bring it on the sun, it's like a pearl black. Really sick color. I like it. Alright, anyways, we're ready to install the exhaust. Let's get on it. Alright, so the mufflers are in. Exhaust is pretty much all done, complete. Timmy's putting some clamps right there, the last few clamps. It should be all assembled. One thing to remember is that I do have to bleed brakes because I disconnected the rear brakes. Brake line right there, and all the fluid went in this jug, so this is all brake fluid. I'm not gonna reuse this fluid. I'm just dirty oil. So I'm just gonna get new fluid for transmission, for brakes, brake fluid, bleed the brakes, fill up the transmission, and after that probably take it for test drive. Alright, so we're gonna put the wheels on right now. Tim's gonna put the wheels on, take it off the jack stands, clean up all the tools, and take it for a test drive, quick test drive. Test drive. Let's see how this thing does. I mean, it's all warmed up already. I got the oil pressure. Yes! This is like the best thing ever on the Corvette. After a special rebuild of the engine. Yeah, this thing's a lot smoother now with that thing being all. Woo! Woo! This thing rips. Brakes one more time because they feel a little soft and soggy. But hey, this thing rips. Definitely did a job of not jerking no more. Man, this thing's fun. Okay, take it easy. Let's go bleed the brakes again, and then go for take it for another drive, maybe. Because it kind of feels sketchy driving on these brakes not fully bleeded. I guess we missed some air in the system. So we're gonna go home, redo the brakes, double check. Not redo it technically. We're just gonna double check them again, make sure we bleed them again, good, and take it for another spin maybe, if we have time today. Alright guys, so you can see this thing is a ripper. If she's a ripper, she's a keeper. So this thing needs to be detailed. Me and Tim are going to be playing with a little bit of brakes, getting all the air out of the brake system. But overall, it's all good and done. We're probably going to lift it one more time, just double check everything, make sure there's no leaks, make sure there is nothing that we have missed. But overall, she drives great. She drives really quiet. There's no hesitation or anything in the driving, so perfect. That's perfect. It does need a good detail job, outside, inside. I mean, this thing is asking for it, so we're gonna get working on that. Thanks you guys for watching. Please stay tuned on my C7 Corvette Stingray project, on this project, and also upcoming project that we're gonna reveal sometime soon. Not sure when, but stay tuned on my channel and you will see it first. Also, if you're watching this, click that bell button so you can get notifications. Press the like button to like and make me smile every morning when I see your like. And also you can comment, you know, if you have any negativity, just comment in the comments below and we will take it and we'll analyze it and try to improve on that. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. Until the next one.